y'all, it is Hope at Craft Hope, and welcome as I have jumped into one of my junk journals. I was itching to just kind of play. I spent most of February doing a bunch of challenges and prompts and all of that, and kind of just wanted to play in my junk journal. And I hadn't really done that much in March because I have been consumed with my 100-day project, which is Assemblage 100. I put up a video over the weekend that kind of shows you what I've been doing, but make sure to follow me on Instagram and you can see a lot of what I've been doing there, and it's kept me out of my junk journal, and I needed to play when I did this. So, grabbed this junk journal and dove in. And I'm just starting with uh, some collage using my Ohu glue stick and some miscellaneous papers. If you saw, that's I think it's some mixed media paper that had some paint on it. And while the paint colors were pretty, I kind of didn't want that to dictate what I was going to do. So I'm throwing this down. And when I did, some of the papers I happened to grab had touches of like pale pink and coral on it. So I'm going to let that dictate what I do here in just a minute. Now I'm finishing up the collage on this page, and I really like it. Like, there's something about it that's really pretty. Of course, I'm going to cover it all up, but yeah, this one, I don't know. I kind of wish I could recreate that. But no, that's not what my art journaling is. It's far too intuitive and using scraps to do that. So I went ahead and put some pale pink down. That's a folk art paint. I think it's called conch shell. And just spread that out using this scraper. Y'all, I think that's a cake decorating tool from the Dollar Tree that I had picked up. And yeah, it was handy, so I'm using it. And the second color I'm putting down is the Americana Coral Blush. I love this color. It's one of the few pinks I use pretty consistently. So once I got it down, I decided to brayer it out a little. It doesn't do much. I just thought maybe I could spread out anything that was on there, but no, it doesn't do much. So I grab a Crayola colored pencil. I think I end up just getting a brown one. And I'm going to dry the page real quick just to make sure that I don't pull anything up. So, yeah, dried that real quick. And then scribble. So much scribble. Yeah, just some random marks, getting some movement in there. The the paint felt a little defined in areas, and I felt like the scribbling makes it so your eye's not completely drawn to the paint. And then I was feeling like adding some watercolor in here. Wanted to see how the watercolor would react to the acrylic paint, to the different types of paper I had in the background. And so, yeah, I splashed this blue on there, and then I'm just scribbling with that watercolor in certain areas. And y'all, I loved this. I really love seeing how the acrylic paint acted kind of as a resist in certain areas, and then it was soaking into some of the exposed papers. And oh yeah, this was some good play. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to play in my junk journal, and that's totally what I'm doing. This background is going to be a complete mess, and I'm going to bring it all together with a single photo that I'm going to alter. So that's instant coffee. It's great for adding a little bit of brown textury color, and I let it dry out, and then I reconstitute it with some water. So that's all I did, was spray some water in it, and then I'm gonna do just some mark making with a paintbrush and coffee. This is true mixed media, y'all. When you start bringing in foodstuffs to make art, yeah, you've got some real mixed media going on, and it's a fun technique, and it smells so good because coffee. I know there's some people out there that do not like the smell of coffee, and I feel so sorry for them. I just do. I love the smell of coffee. All right, so I let those marks drip a little bit, and I'm gonna start drying this, but then I'm gonna decide, no, I want that dripping, that dripping to continue. So I'm just gonna dry it holding my page up like that. Yep. All right, once that gets dry, I needed a pop of bright in it. So I grabbed the titanium white Liquitex acrylic ink, and I'm making these like plus signs and letting them drip down just like I did with the coffee, but they end up feeling a bit like crucifixes. And while it is Lent, I kind of wasn't feeling that, I don't know, crucifix type feeling to it. So I'm going to take a I think first it's just I had some toothpicks on my desk from my assemblage stuff, and I'm gonna like pull the toothpicks through this ink a little bit and move it around. And this is a great reminder that if you don't like something you've done to your page, cover it up or move it or make it what you want, because it doesn't have to be something you don't like. This is your art. Make it what you want. Now, even that didn't get enough obscuring for me, so I grabbed my little distress sprayer and I'm spraying a little more water on there, and I'm going to let it drip, let it move, turning it sideways, whatever. Just getting it so it's not so much that like I said, crucifix type feeling. So I'm going to spray a little more water on there. I think I probably got too much, and I'm going to dry it because it's a lot of water going on there, y'all. And now I'm going to try to start finding a focal point. I've got this little box of different focals, and I'll try a couple things. And then I stumble on this photo of, well, it's of several people, but really forefront to it is this one lady. And she's in a floral dress, and everybody else that's grouped behind her, kind of in a circle talking. They're in these dark colors and not looking at the camera, and I just love her because she just kind of pops and she's grinning at the camera and she's wearing that floral dress. I just love her. So I'm going to make her stand out with a little bit of embroidery. So I grabbed just some blue floss. I don't even know if this is, I think it's more of like a craft thread. And I put that on a needle, and I'm going to go around her and highlight her and just trace out her shape with the thread. The dog is going crazy. I think somebody's outside, so forgive me if you can hear her. Sorry. I'm not gonna make y'all watch me sew this whole thing, but just know that I'm like poking from the front where I want my next hole to go, like that, and then coming in from the back. And I'm going to go around almost all of her. I do not go around where she's holding her pocketbook, which is what I am sure she called her purse. I am positive she called it her pocketbook. But I left that open so that I could put a sentiment down. So I'm going to tie this off in the back real quick now that I've gone all around her. And y'all, when I lay this down, it's kind of neat because you've got this like body shape that's even kind of cool on the back of it. But I liked her so much, we're only working with the front. All right, so there she is. And it's hard to see on the photo here in my, on the camera how much that blue pops, but it really does. It gives her almost a 3D effect. I'm going to do a little more mark making in the back using one of my hand carved stamps and some Rusty Hinge Distress Oxide. I needed a few more marks. This background is crazy, and I just needed the marks in there. There was something that compelled me. Like I said, I was just playing. All right, so I think she's pretty awesome there. I'm going to go ahead and grab, what am I going to grab? Oh, a little more of the coffee, just to continue that around behind her to make sure it's a little more consistent on the page. And then I grabbed my snarky stickers. I knew the sassy lady had to have something snarky. And oh my gosh, what does she say? Oh, I know it says I do not care. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it says now. And of course, I don't have it in front of me. Gracious. So I put it aside. I trimmed the edges of that, and then I grabbed this. The embroidery on this made it pop up a little, and I should have probably just used some heavy matte gel, but I grabbed this, which, while is nice, it took a little while to dry and was very sticky and liquidy. I don't know. So I'm going to put some some weight on this while it dries for a few minutes. I stepped away. It wasn't very long, like 2 minutes. Stepped away and let it dry, and then I'll come back and add my sentiment, which again, I can't remember what it says. It says something like, I'm certain I do not care, or something like that. Like I said, it's very snarky, but it made me. Here, let me see if I can see it. Oh, that dog, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear her at all. Yeah, I would love to confirm. I would love to confirm that I do not care. That's what it is. And I felt that because she's standing apart from the crowd and they're kind of, it looks like they're whispering or talking, and she doesn't seem to be even concerned with what they're doing. So that's why I thought this phrase was really perfect for her. And so I took my Stabilo all in graphite, which is kind of a gray color, and I'm just going to go around my sentiment and the photograph with that, and then activate it with some water. And then I'm going to add a few more scribbles from the photograph kind of up to the left corner, just adding that Stabilo in there a little bit more so that it's not just in that one place. And then that's going to be it for this page, y'all. It was a crazy mess, but I had to share this sassy lady with y'all. I love her so much, not being in with the crowd, kind of being her own person and not being all concerned with what's going on back behind her. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and come back later and see what I've got going on. All right, y'all, thanks for watching. Bye.